videos on TikTok. One of them went kind of viral, and since then I've kept uploading Get Ready With Me's on TikTok. I wouldn't say I identify as a TikToker, mostly because I don't feel that integrated in the TikTok community. But I do post there, and I have to admit that it is my most popular and best performing platform. So I've just kept doing it. But I feel like I've had to take a break and look at what I was doing, because I have very strong values as a person. I have principles, I'm an idealist, and especially as a content creator, I feel like I have to be even more firm with who I perceive myself as online, because the small nuances can kind of get lost online, so you really have to be clear in your message. And who I am and what I do just doesn't align with TikTok. And I'm not talking about the TikTok community, I'm not talking about the users, I'm actually not talking about any specific individuals. I'm talking about TikTok as a platform, like TikTok. My content keeps getting taken down or restricted or just like disappears. And the most reoccurring excuse that TikTok has to why they take my videos down is that I am portraying adult nudity and sexual activity. And like, I get dressed in my videos. It's Get Ready With Me. Like, I'm literally putting on clothes. Sexual activity? Let's just talk about that. I have a very clear definition of what that is. And in order for me to be performing a sexual activity, I would need to be aware of that, and I would need to be consenting with putting myself in a sexual situation. A child who is humping a toy dog is not a sexual activity, because the child is not aware of its own sexuality. The child is not putting itself into a sexual situation. It's just the child being a child. And the same way, when I'm getting dressed and I'm putting on outfits, that's not me putting myself in a sexual situation. That's not me performing sexual activity. That's you sexualizing me, and that's wrong. But I don't think that sexual activity is what they are calling me out for. I think it's the adult nudity part. And I have a very clear definition of, first of all, what being adult means. I think we can all agree on that. And yeah, fair enough, I am adult. But nudity, to me, as soon as your body is covered, you're not naked. So like, even if you're wearing a sweater and your bottom half is showing, to me, you're still not naked. But I get that that's not necessarily how everybody perceive it, and I can accept that in order to not be naked, you have to cover your genitals, and if you get perceived as a woman by society, you will also have to cover your breasts. And I'm not agreeing on that, but I accept that that's what is generally considered nudity. However, my genitals and my breasts have always been covered. So I was like, do we not agree on what being naked is? And I went into like the depths of TikTok's conditions, and it's so funny. The content that they consider sexual or containing nudity, content that is overtly revealing breasts. That's not a clear answer. Overtly. When are you doing something overtly? Because me just existing and then having breasts, that's not me overtly revealing breasts. I simply just have them, and I'm not showing them off to you. I'm just wearing clothes on top of them. Anyways, then they go on to say, do not post, upload, stream or share female nipples. And again, what does that mean? Because I consider myself female and I do have nipples, but when am I streaming them? Because they're literally attached to my body, and even my upper part of my body, which is like often what you see when you see my face as well. So like, when am I streaming them and when are they just existing? So it's kind of difficult for me to understand if I'm allowed to be a woman and still create content, or if I completely have to hide the fact. And you could be like, Nina, just put on a shirt and you'll be good. But let me break down the problem in that. We need to understand the importance of media in a democracy. The media has always been a fundamental part of having a democracy and a democratic dialogue, because you need someone to be opposite of the power. And a political opposition is just not enough, because it's still the power elite. You need someone to represent the actual public in that moment. You need someone who's carrying forth the voice of the public. And the media has always been that. You could go onto the street and you could join a manifestation, or you could join the media and you could utter your opinion that way. Today, the traditional media is shrinking and social media is rapidly growing. Social media is probably the place where the public utters the most opinions in today's societies. So logically, social media is becoming a huge part of the democratic dialogue. The social media is where we are exposed to everything. It's where we gather our information. It's where we grow our opinions. It's where we're represented with different arguments. We're represented with people from different cultures, people from different ethnicities, people from different beliefs. All of this is happening on social media. It is the new democratic forum. It is where the public is meeting. And therefore it's so fucking important that the entire public has access to these platforms. If you want a real democracy, if you want the public to be included, you cannot start silencing people based on specific attributes. No matter whether it's attributes related to gender or religion or ethnicity, culture, beliefs, whatever, you cannot ban specific attributes. Because as soon as you do that, you're excluding specific parts of society. Then you no longer have a democracy. And then you no longer have equality. So these social media platforms putting all of these restrictions upon all of these different kinds of people is just creating a very, very generic dialogue where only one kind of opinion is getting represented. And that is so fucking problematic. These fucking platforms do not give a shit about the minorities. They're only here for the fucking power elite. When I go on TikTok and I get dressed, I put on the exact same outfit as I would put on to go down on the street. I would put on those outfits to go to school. I would put on those outfits to go to work. And women in generations upon generations have fought for my right to dress this way and then go into the workplace. They have sacrificed their bodies, they have suffered, they have screamed, they have shouted, they have faced so many obstacles in order for me today to be able to walk on the street dressed exactly how I want. And there are still problems, but considering where we were 100 years ago, I'm doing pretty good. So when TikTok then doesn't allow me to dress the exact same way as I would dress on the street, I feel objectified, dehumanized, and sexualized. Because they're taking my specific attributes and they are making them more important than my individuality and my voice. They're placing my breasts and my nipples above my ability to speak. And they're saying that this can be offensive, so this needs to be removed. no matter what my message is, no matter what kind of context I'm in, no matter whether I'm just getting dressed to go to work, or I'm being political, or I'm expressing whatever, it's still the breast who take the win. It's still the breast who is my most important contribution to the dialogue, and that needs to be removed. And it's just like, I'm so much more than a set of tits, and I feel so dehumanized. I feel objectified. I feel sexualized, and it's not okay. It pisses me off. Because what kind of world are we creating if we don't allow people with breasts to have a voice? If we don't allow people of color to have a voice? If we don't allow disabled people to have a voice? If we don't allow mentally unstable people to have a voice? There are so many stories and voices out here that get lost in all of these restrictions that these platforms put upon us. We're gonna create a world of disrespect. I feel like that's really the root of this, that I don't feel respected. I feel like I'm less. I feel like I'm not entitled to be here. And all of that just because of my breasts. When you remove me from the democratic platform and forum, you're not seeing tits there, you're not seeing women there, and you create this kind of group of people who will then be scared of that, or disrespectful towards that, or distracted by that, because they've never seen it in an everyday context. They've never seen it in a political context. They've never seen it in a work environment, because we're removing it. If we keep removing breasts from the public space, they're never gonna be allowed to be there. They're never gonna get respected. If you just saw fucking tits everywhere, you wouldn't have a problem with tits. Like, calm down. It's just tits. Like, you sucked on one as a kid. Grow up. And not to toot my own horn, but I am fucking intelligent. I'm well-spoken. I'm outspoken. I'm willing to have the conversation and the discussion. I'm willing to come forward with my arguments. But at the same time, I'm respectful and I listen to you. If you have an opinion that you're able to articulate and you're able to express your arguments, I'll listen to that and I'll respect that. Because I see you as a human. I see you as a person who has a right to have an opinion. But I'm not offered the same. I'm not offered that same respect because I have tits. So I'm no longer allowed to have an opinion. I'm no longer allowed to participate in this dialogue. And that fucking pisses me off. Like, it pisses me off. And what do we then do about that anger? We utilize it. We contribute to the discussion, but in a constructive way, because we're well-mannered and we respect people. But at the same time, we dress exactly how we want to do. And therefore, we're putting on outfits that TikTok would degrade and silence me for. And I'm just hoping that YouTube is a more humane and democratic platform, and that this video will actually be able to stay up here. And yeah, this is not a get ready with me, this is a get political with me. This is not about provoking, this is about existing. I dress for happiness and I dress for aesthetic. I don't dress politically, and even though some clothes have some associations, that's not my main focus. I just want to look cute and feel good and comfortable. And this shirt is one of my favorite shirts. The print on it makes me so happy. The stripes, they're like embroidered, so they're kind of fluffy. And it's just so cute. And I have like 3 videos on TikTok that has been taken down in me wearing this shirt. And it just makes me sad that a piece of clothing that makes me so happy in real life makes me unacceptable on the internet. So first outfit is gonna be based around this shirt. Whenever I wear this shirt, I contemplate between going with a full black outfit or playing off either the white or the brown in this shirt. And today I am kind of in a summer mood, so I feel like going with a white pant that will fit the white stripes. And I have these white linen cargo pants, and it's kind of the same feel of the material. Plus, I think they go really cute together, so I'm gonna put on those. These pants are like one of my favorite things in my wardrobe, and I thrifted them, and it's so difficult to thrift linen pieces because it is a piece that a lot of people wash too hard and then mess up, so not a lot of them are in the thrift shops. But these, like the way that they fit me is just so beautiful. So this outfit would probably be considered sexy because it is kind of see-through, you can see my body a lot. But the funny thing is that it's constructed with traditionally considered masculine pieces, like a cargo pant and a shirt. And to eat more into the not feminine but hot, I'm gonna put my hair up because I get that like a ponytail is a feminine thing, but I have an undercut and that's not necessarily something that the straight boys are into. I just think it's a fun play with like gender and femininity and masculinity and like kind of exploring what connotations different attributes can have. It's just another aesthetic and it's just another way of expression, and again, it has nothing to do with my value as a person. It's just a fucking outfit. And it's an outfit I'm gonna wear with a cowboy boot. A cowboy boot, another controversial piece of clothing. Because a cowboy boot does symbolize a lot of stuff and it has a very extensive culture. And the kind of cowboy aesthetic and the cowboy culture has represented a lot of stuff throughout history. You can kind of morph cowboy history into whatever message you have. There's a lot of different theories out there, but I do own a cowboy boot. Doesn't make me a cowboy, doesn't make me American. I also show my tits. It doesn't make me sexual, like it just doesn't. I'm sorry. You can't see my shoes, right? You see them? And yes, I would wear this outfit out into the real world, even though I'm not allowed to wear it on TikTok. I would put on a jacket, not to cover my tits, but to stay warm. It's a functional piece. And I would put on a bag to carry my stuff. And I would look cute, and I would enjoy my outfit. And I don't feel like I would be provocating or less of a person in this outfit. I feel very much like me. And I feel very much like I'm still entitled to have the opinions I had before I put on this outfit. I don't know about you, it's just my vibe. I made a shirt myself, and it makes me again so happy. It's a piece of clothing that really brings me a lot of joy because I think the pattern is so fun, I think the texture is so fun, and I fucking made it myself, like, yay me. It is very sheer, and it probably is also more sheer than what I on most days would be comfortable with. If I was wearing it to a club and it was gonna be dark, I would maybe wear it without anything underneath. But I do have boundaries, and you can show exactly how much you want to. And I often show a lot. I love this shirt, and I would absolutely love if I felt comfortable walking into the world with nothing underneath. But I don't always feel safe, and I love wearing whatever the fuck I want to wear. But sometimes I feel too vulnerable if I'm exposing a lot of the skin that people are not used to seeing. And I wish that I could just expose that skin and expose people to that skin so it wouldn't feel so weird when then other people did it. I would love to be that front runner. But I live alone in a big city and I'm a young girl and I get fucking scared sometimes. And I feel like that's also a valid point, that just because I'm a feminist, just because I'm provocative, just because I'm putting this fucking video on the internet with me saying that I want to show my tits, it doesn't mean that I every now and then feel like not showing my tits too much. So I will put a bra under this. I would also do that in public, and I feel like that's exactly the message of this video, that I want to be allowed to be who I am in public. also on social media. But actually, even with a bra underneath, I did get a video taken down on TikTok, so it's still not covered up enough for TikTok. I don't wear bras that often. I just think I'm too lazy to put on a bra. And I wouldn't say I feel more liberated, I just think I, with the size of breast that I have, prefer the aesthetic of not wearing a bra. But for some outfits, I do think aesthetically it makes more sense and I will put on a bra. And this shirt is an example of that. And what I really like about this bra with this shirt is that the bra doesn't feel intrusive. It doesn't feel like it's ruining the outfit because the lines kind of follow each other, so it feels very like integrated, like it was meant to be there. And I don't feel like this is a provoking situation, like my nipples are fully covered, so calm the fuck down, TikTok. Like I would even wear this to a more formal event. I thrifted these pants the other day and they're my new favorite thing in my wardrobe. They're so fucking high-waisted. And I've been wearing a lot of low-waisted things recently. That's the trend. But like these, amazing. Look at that. They're so fucking tall. Like if this isn't fucking cool, you're lying. Like, it's so good. I'm gonna put on this white necklace to kind of tie in the white of the pants because I feel like it's necessary. Fun. And with a pair of green mules that kind of match the green in the top. Perfect. Again, you can't see the shoes, but I promise it's a good look all together. Like, how is this outfit inappropriate in any way? I feel covered. I feel powerful. I don't feel that like feminine nor sexual. It's not that over the top, like leave me alone. If you do follow me on TikTok, you know that I love layering and textures. And one of my favorite layering pieces is something that I haven't really been able to wear on TikTok because it gets taken down every fucking time I wear it. It's this absolutely amazing thing. It's a vest and it's kind of this like fishnet vibe, but then it has pearls embroidered all over it. Like, listen to that. And no, I wouldn't wear it without anything underneath it, but I would absolutely wear it with only a mesh top underneath it. This vest is amazing and it's funny and it's versatile, and I can wear it both this way forwards and this way backwards. And it has the most amazing open back situation. And I love the way it falls. I love the way it like sounds. It's just, I love this so much and I can't wear it on TikTok. I would maybe pair it with a pair of like high-waisted shorts, and I wouldn't tuck it because I love that it gives me this like straight shape, but still because it is see-through you can kind of see the actual shape of my body, and the details on the bottom are too beautiful for tucking. And this outfit is made for tall black leather boots. Like, you cannot tell me that this is not an outfit I can wear in public. Like, this is a great, like, I don't know, like Sunday brunch outfit or whatever. It's so casual, but still so cool. Whenever I wear more dark outfits, I love to play with like my girly side, and I feel like a great way to do that is this hairstyle. I take these small clips, and it's kind of the same vibe as space buns. It's just not as damaging to your hair because I'm trying not to damage my hair too much. So instead of doing space buns, I use these little clips, and I just feel like it's such a cute little vibe, and it is great with a darker outfit. I think it's really like playful and cute. That's my style. I'm not here to provoke anybody. I'm not here to be hyper feminine or hyper sexual. Some days I am. Like some days that's the vibe I want to. But my main point is that I'm playful and experimenting, and I love fashion, and I love design, and I love aesthetics, and I love clothes and materials and textures, and I do have breasts. And when you do experiment and when you are playful, you will show them off every now and then, but that shouldn't make whatever I then have to say that day any less valid than what I say when I'm wearing a fully covering shirt with like a blazer or whatever. I need to be able to express myself and be feminine and be a woman and have tits and still be allowed in the public fucking space. Like, of course. You can look at my tits, like, you're more than welcome. But you should still be able to respect me and hear me. You shouldn't dehumanize me, silence me, and sexualize me. The moment you do that, I feel like you should be removed from the conversation. You should get banned on TikTok. Because you're not capable of respecting other humans. I did nothing wrong. I just have tits.